But there's something about that bad
Oh,
boy.
there's something about McSteamy that's always going to be
I
McSteamy.
I tend to gravitate to the bad boys. There's different varying degrees of bad boys.
Mhm.
I mean, Pacey is not the typical, but he's also not the typical golden boy either.
Mm-mm.
He is in my heart. And you got McSteamy, and then Damon on Vampire Diaries, Chuck on Gossip Girl. Ryan is a bad boy turned fantastic, phenomenal boy
Well,
on
I
the
mean,
OC.
McSteamy has a whole change of
I
heart
know, that's
later
why
with
I love
Little
him.
Gray.
Nathan, I mean,
Mm-hmm. Yes, but I just.
Conrad technically started, I mean, he was smoking weed and just a jerk.
Mm-hmm. But he was going through some things.
He was, but aren't they all? Who else? Who are some other? Who's your favorite bad boy of all time on television or movies?
I don't know, and I'm drawing a blank right now.
My favorite? Oof, that's hard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, God, and it's like I'm having an influx of all the different shows that I've watched, and I don't know how to narrow that down right now. That's something. Let's circle back to that on another note when I've had time to process.
Okay, even in the middle of a sentence, if you think about it, just go, "What? Got it."
I will, but I probably won't because I'm gonna need to go home and like think about this.
I know.
Because
We need a whole segment on just TV bad boys versus movie bad boys versus. I mean, in typical fashion for us, I think that there are different categories, and I don't know that I can just pick my favorite overall. Welcome to Press Play again. Two roommates, one remote, the rewatch podcast where we dive back into the shows and movies we couldn't stop talking about in college and probably still can't. We're your hosts, Anna and Megan, two roommates with one remote, ready to laugh, debate, and maybe get a little too nostalgic as we revisit the classics and discover a few new favorites along the way. So grab your popcorn, press play, and hang out with us as we rewind it all, episode by episode, movie by movie.
this was a pretty good episode.
Okay, do you want to read the synopsis for us?
Sure.
It's kind of a short one, and it actually makes sense.
Is it correct?
Yeah.
The synopsis for episode 7 is: faced with a difficult English test, Dawson, Joey, Pacey, Jen, and Andy have an all-night studying session at Chris Wolf's house. During this time, a purity quiz reveals the innermost secrets of all involved, including Pacey's fling with the departed Miss Jacobs, as well as Chris's motives to sleep with Jen, who reverts back to her promiscuous personality. The grouping also reveals the rage and jealousy in Dawson over his and Joey's failed relationship, in which he confides in Chris's younger sister, Dina, about his life problems. Some of that was a little awkward.
Yeah, it was.
But
this episode aired on November 18th, 1998. It has a popularity rating of 101 out of 128.
Okay.
I told you we're in a string of like lower ranked ones for popularity.
Mm-hmm.
IMDb user is 23rd.
That tracks.
So going into it, coming off of the dance, how were you feeling before this one? Because you didn't even know what this one was, so.
Right. I was still feeling giddy after the last one.
Pacey and Andy.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel now after that one's over?
I feel like, I'm still pretty light. I'm not quite as giddy though.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I have my reasons for why, but I'm still, I'm happy. It's not heavy. It was a good episode.
Yeah. I went into it, when I saw the title, I knew exactly what it was. Mm-hmm. So I was excited. Mm-hmm. My mood was excitement because I liked this episode.
I've forgotten about it.
Now I feel the same, but I think there was a scene with Dawson and Joey that I really think my perspective changed on. From, I mean, it's not like we sat around and talked about it way back when, so
Right.
I can't say that definitively that it's changed, but I do think that the way I watched the scene and what I took from it has to be different than what it would have been, because I have never fully thought highly of Dawson.
Mm.
And so I'm having not a full change of heart, because he's still Dawson, but it's not, I can't generalize him as this terrible character for every episode. He
Mhm.
has some redeeming
Of course
qualities.
he does.
So I'm coming out of this episode. I guess my mood would be open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If that makes sense. Okay, so really we only have the one storyline. It's
Pretty much,
all of
yeah.
it's all of the kids. I mean, it's all for the all-nighter, and they each have their own little things, but it's all together, which
Yes, and
that's my favorite.
that really lent to this one being an overall pretty good episode.
Did this one have the same vibes as Detention for you?
Well, I didn't like Detention.
Oh,
Remember?
I think it was mostly when they were sitting around doing that quiz, had the same feeling of like when they were sitting around in the library playing Truth or Dare.
Right, and I would agree with that.
That it gave me the same vibes.
It does,
It had
and
different repercussions than that. But
oh, definitely. But I mean, you've got Andy who comes in trying to control the situation, and it ends with Pacey, who's the what did he say? A king at cramming or something. So I mean, it was a good episode. There's some touchy subjects in it, though.
Yeah. So we open. Okay, just real quick, because all we see other than the kids is Gail and the teacher. So real quick about them. I did like the little scene with Dawson and his mom in the beginning, and they're both going through a heartbreak. Obviously different levels, but still a heartbreak. They're dealing with it in different ways. And they're kind of trying to help each other out a little bit. And I mean, we have not seen very many scenes with Dawson and Gail, just the two of them.
No, we haven't.
So I like that.
I did too.
So,
and I thought it was done tastefully and in a way that was appropriate.
It didn't. It just felt like a mother and son hanging out. It didn't feel like anybody was choosing sides in any way.
No, the only thing that was a little, I don't want to say it was off to me, but I thought, I mean, the show as a whole pretty much starts in his room pretty much every time. Realistically, I feel like that's something that would have taken place probably in the living room.
I mean, do they not have? Yeah.
They have a TV down there, because remember they were watching it.
The news, the hurricane.
Yeah.
I know, maybe they don't have a VHS player.
I don't know. It doesn't. That part is really irrelevant, I realize, but that's the only thing that was kind of like, I don't know.
Well, okay, let's just assume here he was already watching a movie, and she came upstairs to check on him, and he said, "Do you want to join me?" We'll go with that.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that.
We'll just go
Obviously,
with
he
that.
watches the most movies in the family, I'm willing to bet.
Yeah.
But, we did get tickled at a couple of comments. She's basically telling Dawson that, pain doesn't really get any easier as you get older. You just go to bed earlier.
Yeah. I get that. I don't have to be in pain, though. I just go to bed earlier.
Right. Well, I laughed, and
I'm also not eating licorice.
No.
Donuts, maybe.
Yeah.
Licorice? No.
Oh, why waste your calories on that? Ew. I mean, no. But anyway, I did laugh at first and thought, yeah, and then I thought, well, maybe some people go to bed earlier, because that doesn't apply to me.
Not you. You just have no concept of time.
No, I don't. And I swear, I don't feel the motivation to get a lot of things done until after 2 a.m. And don't ask me why. I guess the rest of the world is asleep, and I'm just unbothered and not worried about what.
She's an unbothered queen. Do you remember? Do you
don't
That
know.
one night where we were up, I don't know what, I mean, we stayed up late in college,
We
obviously,
did.
because we would watch TV, movies, we'd hang out, tell stories, but we were in your room. Somehow we were talking about like our times in high school, and we were talking about boys, and you all of a sudden find all of these notes that you
Oh,
from high
yes,
school.
yes.
I mean, this was like after midnight, well after midnight.
I actually was thinking about that night not too long ago.
You pulled out all those notes.
I think I still have that folder somewhere.
It gave me the same vibes as like when you start cleaning your room and
Yeah.
you're like real motivated. Not you, the general.
Well,
you know.
right.
And you start cleaning and you're real motivated, and then you find something you hadn't seen in a while and you just start sitting down. You know those videos where it's like they got a scarf around their head and they've got this coat on and they've got this bag and they've got a hanger, and because they get started but then they get sidetracked. That's what that night felt like. We were doing something, talking, and then all of a sudden we're surrounded by just old notes on the floor.
Yes, I know it.
Oh my gosh. That just had nothing to do with anything, but that cracked me up.
I know.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I swear that I'm allergic to going to bed before 11 o'clock at night.
Oh my gosh. Well, not me.
I'm sick if I'm in the bed before 11.
I would already be in bed if I had work tomorrow, which I don't. So, but I do get up between 3:45 and 4. So,
yeah, that part still doesn't always factor in. I mean, I've been known to pull some all-nighters if it's close enough.
Oh, I know.
We're better off. I just stay awake because if I go to this is the problem though. The deepest sleep always occurs for me between like 5 a.m. and like 7 or 8, and that's like a bad amount of like a bad point in time because you need to be at work at some point at the latter end of that, and it's like I go into a coma. I'm not joking. Like literally, alarms will be ringing off the hook.
I'm not surprised.
So I mean, I try to make sure that I'm up well before then, because literally, if I get into whatever that that part of my sleep pattern is at between those hours, it's over with.
Well, you know who else it was over with? This group of characters.
Yes,
they have this big test. This teacher also comes back later on in the show, and he's just as much of a jerk then as he is now. But I didn't realize that he was this early on. I didn't realize it was the same teacher until I saw his name, and then I was like, I remember you.
Yeah, I didn't remember him.
I think it's season 4, 3 or 4. But, okay. How do you feel about the study session?
The first attempt or the second?
At Chris's house.
I know that.
Oh.
Like the night before or the morning of?
Let's start with the night before.
Unproductive.
Oh, for sure. Well, when it comes to studying, they did a quiz.
But it wasn't pertaining to the subject.
A Cosmo quiz.
Yeah.
And it was 100 questions. Who is doing I mean, I remember those, though.
I do, but
I don't think I would have stuck it out for 100 questions, though.
No.
And some of those were funny. I mean, gross, but funny. And they all fell on Pacey. And that's what was funny.
I mean, it was, but at the same time, like some of those things, I think it back to being 15. And I mean, I look at myself and my time growing up as I really lived a rather sheltered life.
Oh,
so
I would have had.
I wouldn't have known what some of that stuff was.
I would
that they
have
were talking
been
about.
like Andy in that.
Same. Oh, 1000%.
Joey would have had a higher percentage.
Yeah, without a doubt.
But
I mean, I wouldn't have even known what some of the things were that they were talking about to answer the question. Like, somebody's got to explain.
But Pacey and Andy are fully cute couple vibes.
They are.
It is. I'm here for it.
Yes.
Honestly, I'm here for anybody that he's with that is good for him and
of course.
He is being his best self.
And
this is the case with her.
It's the right
he
amount of
mellows
challenge.
her out. If that's possible. I mean, he mellows her out as best as he can.
Yes.
She gives in to it.
Yeah.
But this quiz brings up some tough issues for all of them.
Yes, we also have a new character alert.
He's around for a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't
I mean, not
remember
long,
him.
maybe 1 or 2 more episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely in the next one, though.
Yeah, I'd forgot about him.
I don't like him.
Mm-mm.
I mean, he only served the purpose because he has this nice house and they needed somewhere to go. I feel like it could have been done, but he was also the. I will say, I liked him better than Abby. Like, Abby was that character in detention where she
Yeah.
was stirring up the pot. I feel like it would have gotten a lot uglier and a lot nastier if Abby had been the one in this study
yeah,
session.
no.
So I like that he was. If we had to have somebody in that character role,
He was a
he
better
was
option.
the better
Yes.
option.
Yes, agreed.
And I feel like they probably just didn't want to pay extras like Abby and him and
Yeah.
Jack and the parents, and they're picking and choosing. But he comes on very strong and creepy though with Jen, and from the very beginning, it's read straight through his attempts. Like, exactly what he's doing.
Right. And I made a note, and this kind of jumps a little bit, but he plays the cliche, I'm a good guy, bad guy card, is how I phrased it. To earn Jen's trust, like when they're in the hot tub and she's basically trying to tell him that, like, hey, I don't really want to mess around. And he's like, I'm a good guy. We don't have to.
Well, they do.
Yes, exactly.
And she, the next morning after this has taken place, and he's basically blowing her off, she's hurt by it. She really thought that he was going to show her attention the next morning. And, girl, look at his past. Y'all all have known about this.
And what she says to Dawson when Dawson comes up to her in, like, PE or whatever it is they're in, and she's like, oh, he's got this whole MO, this is just what he does.
Like, she was aware,
Yeah,
but she just was, desperate,
showing a little attention. But the main thing is that he pulled that cliche card of trying to make her feel at ease and, like, no pressure, we don't have to. And it's in its own way his way of basically just saying whatever he thought she needed to hear to get what he wanted. Typical pig, But what I was trying to get at, though, is that, new character with him. Yes, he's got this nice house. I didn't appreciate or think it was overly realistic, his conversation with Dawson outside, where he was, like, trying to lay it on him about, like, when that light is out, that'll mean Jen and I are up there in the guest house and you're out here alone. Okay, Dawson has just broken up with Joey, which we said this. Did they even know that they broke up? It's questionable.
They knew they got into it because of the kiss with Jack, because Jen.
Right. But did they know that they, like, split?
I would, unless it was a conversation off camera. You know what I mean? Like one of those things. It'd have to be.
And as
we
said, that it's almost possibly to be implied by the scene in the hallway, even with everyone stopping to stare at Joey and Dawson talking or arguing, and just this whole breakdown of the relationship. But either way, it's like, okay, why are you even digging at Dawson? Because technically his love interest is Joey at this point. Like, that's a wasted scene.
I think that it's meant for us to be even made aware even more than we have been that Jen is heading down a path that no one is paying attention to what she's doing, and Dawson has been a good friend to her, tried to be, and so we needed somebody to be looking out for her, I guess.
Or just paying attention.
Yeah, so she's not completely invisible. I don't know.
Well, my other thing was, the way that this Chris guy just wads up this note and throws it at her in class. It's also like, here comes some random person we've never met or seen, and it makes it out like they've interacted or known each other beforehand.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
they've
not
been
so
in
much
school together.
friends,
Yeah.
but more than just
Mm-hmm.
acquaintances on
Mm-hmm.
some level. And it's like, okay,
We have a different jock every week, apparently. Different jock,
yeah, or every couple
but
of weeks,
they
but
could all be technically the same person at this
yeah,
point.
they could.
Pacey and Andy. Question about sleeping with somebody twice your age. Pacey
Mm-hmm.
doesn't want to show his answers because of his answer on that.
And bless his heart, because he knows it's going to hurt her
Mhm.
feelings.
But he still told the truth.
He did.
Well, he wouldn't have gotten away with it if he had not told the truth.
No, he
Not in that
wouldn't.
room.
Which only would have gone down worse. Let's be
Yes.
honest. But I mean, I still just to make note of it, I still don't understand Dawson's look at him
I know that was a weird.
of just
It
like
was.
half disgust, half disappointment. But it's like,
Yeah.
you knew, don't
I
look at me like
know.
that.
Because even Pacey's look back at him was like almost hurt that he disappointed Dawson.
Yeah.
It's like this
That
is
felt
weird. So
out of place.
I don't know what the look was supposed to be,
Me either.
but it didn't necessarily. It wasn't obvious what it was supposed to be.
No, it felt out of place
Mm-hmm.
or out of context.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Unless Dawson was just, I don't know.
Either Dawson was passing judgment on the fact, like, you made this for yourself because you did it, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like that suits.
It
So
didn't. Yeah, it didn't necessarily feel like that. I don't know. I don't know. I like how Pacey handled it head on. He did try and just avoid it at first. I
he
mean,
did.
obviously, who's just gonna be like, yeah, I did, with the girl that you are falling for right there, who thinks you hung the moon at this point.
Exactly.
But then Chris, can you imagine how nasty it would have gotten if Abby was there?
Oh God, no.
Okay, Chris brings it up.
And Abby would have had the potential to lie to make hers look worse.
Yeah, 100% or something.
Yes, because remember in detention,
Mhm.
she made everybody
Why she's in
believe why
detention.
she was in
Yeah.
there was a false
True.
statement.
True. Well, I liked Pacey going searching out Andy
Yes.
to make things better. And I mean, obviously, I get why she's upset. Especially because just recently she's now run into this woman. She knows that this woman has been there.
She could tell something was up, but couldn't put her finger on it.
So she feels dumb, I think. And Andy does not do well with feeling dumb.
No, and I feel like in
left out
some
of the-
ways it sets a potential level of expectation for herself of what she thinks
For
that he
sure.
would expect, even though that's not a fair thing to do.
And she says that to him later,
Yeah.
that, he has all this experience and she doesn't. And so
Mhm.
I think putting the pressure on herself of living up to that. Yeah, definitely. And then she's also just seen him with Christy Livingstone dancing. So
Mhm.
just the comparing herself to all these
Yep.
other, is this what he is going to be thinking? Which kind of, remember the scene in One Tree Hill when Haley finds the pictures on Nathan's computer?
Yes.
That's the conversation they have, where she
Mhm.
says, are you going to be comparing me to these girls?
Right.
Is this what you want? Because this is not me.
Correct.
And this is the Pacey and Andy dilemma too,
Mhm.
where, I mean, he can be saying, no, this, I like you, I want to be with you.
Correct.
But when she's being presented with this in her face, it's hard not to think or to
feel insecure.
definitely. Definitely. So, but I like how it's handled between them. There's no yelling. I mean, it's
No.
very,
It was done well.
he's so sweet.
He is.
He gives her space.
Mhm.
He knows that he's not trying to force her to talk about it with him. He is giving her space. And oh gosh, I'm telling you, my heart fluttered whenever he's sitting out there and Dawson's in the inside the door, and he's looking at Joey outside. Andy, she comes walking right by Pacey back into the house, and they just look at each other, and she turns her head and keeps walking. And he's got like a little soft smile because it's not a smirk. It's not like,
No,
right. But, and Dawson asks, is she going to be okay? And he says, yeah, she'll be okay. Mm-hmm. She just needs space. It was very, sweet is like the simplest word, but I appreciate that Pacey is giving her space without condition. Like, he's not saying, okay, I'll give you space, but I need this from you. Or, but when can we talk? Right. It is, okay, I've said my piece.
It's very mature of him.
It is. Oh, Pacey's growing up.
Whether that's realistic for a 15-year-old to have that much.
I think it can be. I agree. For most, but I guess I'm trying not to lump all teenagers in the same, because there are some that,
hey, I get it.
They are forced to grow up quicker than most, and Pacey could be lumped into that. In a sense,
he's got an older brother, so,
and well, we don't know yet, but other siblings too that are older.
So, I mean, it's not to say that he hasn't witnessed or learned elsewhere how to.
I think that Andy brings out his best potential, and he wants to be better for her. And I do think that can be realistic, even with teenagers. Because, 16, I do know that, they are aware that they want to be better than what they are, or they want to be better than what other people see them as. And he is in that,
very true,
in that space right now, because she is telling him all the things that she likes about him and what she sees in him and why she likes him. And he likes that. Because he doesn't understand how, this is what people have said about him.
Yeah.
He's played that role because this is just what's expected. She likes him for who he is, and so he likes how that makes him feel. So I do think she's pulling that maturity out of him.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only way I think it's realistic. So I think it's a teenager by teenager case.
That is a very mature way to handle it.
Instead of like defending himself and like being
without a whole lot of life experience beforehand to have gone off of, that we are aware of, at least pretty top shelf.
Yeah.
But
we see the opposite of this with Dawson and Joey a little bit of, he's not handling things well.
No. Well, neither is she, truthfully.
She's not, because she has given mixed signals.
Gosh, and it was wearing me out.
It was a back and forth.
Yes, it opens with her trying to talk to him, and he doesn't want to talk to her. Then he wants to talk to her, but she doesn't want to talk to him. And she still doesn't want to talk to him when he tries again. But then they finally talk, and it seemingly ends on better terms.
I know. That last conversation is where I had a change in my perspective. And I hope I can articulate it. But him spiraling out about her putting that she's been in love twice, I think that's a little self-absorbed. Because without saying,
when did you have time to love anybody else?
You've been in love with me your entire life. Yeah. Like, what?
But he has so internalized that to a level that almost feels like it's part of who he sees himself as. It's kind of gross.
She has pined after me forever.
She's been in love with me her whole entire life. It's just,
yeah. And that reared its ugly head in this episode. But he
it started last episode. Don't forget that.
Well, I know. Destroying his room.
Yeah. Well, him saying that she's been in love with him.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking about. Yeah, I'm starting.
I thought you meant his anger and aggression.
No. I'm just talking about his.
He needs closure, and that is not anything new, because remember with Jen, he was constantly hounding her for some closure of why she doesn't want to be with him, but she wants to be with someone else, but now she doesn't want to be with anybody. And he needs some closure to understand, because he can't, again, he does not deal in the abstract, even the art. So this could be the same thing. He needs definitiveness. He needs control and order.
It needs to be black and
It
white.
does. Absolutely. You love me, so why can't we be together? It's not that simple, Dawson.
Mm-mm.
She's told you.
Yeah.
Yes, I love you. And she says in that conversation at the end, it's not about you. It's not about my feelings for you.
No.
I love you, but this is about me.
Correct.
And I think that's a mature thing, which goes exactly with what we've been saying. We have said, you've got to be happy with who you are.
Yeah.
Find things that make you happy so that you aren't relying solely on that other person to complete you. And I think that it got through to him in this one, but he starts off by saying, don't interrupt me, let me just talk. And he starts telling her that he has questioned whether they could take that kiss back. And that catches her off guard, because he's basically like, because it's a misdirect, where in the beginning of that conversation, he's like, I have wished we could take it back. And we're all going, what? Why would you say that to her? But then it turns, because what he's saying is, would it be, where would it be? Would we still just be best friends? Would everything be normal? But then he says, I don't want to take it back.
No, that it's worth that for the pain that he's going through. All that that conversation was all very one-sided.
It was. But it is hard. This is where I can understand. I can relate. I can put myself in the situation.
Oh, sure.
Not that I have felt this way, but I can put myself in the situation and think like what it would be like for someone to be telling me they love me, but they can't be with me because they've got to figure out what makes them happy. And I'd be going, what?
Yeah.
At that age, especially, it's like, what are you talking about? I don't understand. I need something a little bit more clear.
Well, at that age, you think it's just two people, you should be able to like or love each other. And then it's just supposed to go like math. You get married and ride off into the sunset, and all of life is good. Happily ever after comes next. And it doesn't work that way.
And I think the messiness of those two is relatable, because even though she's having this mature conversation of saying, I do need to be happy and find
I need to
myself.
know who I am. Yeah.
While that's a mature conversation, it's still real messy because her feelings are still real for him. And so as the show goes on, where they're going to not be in the same orbit as much because they're trying to give each other space. And he said, I'll give you space. I'm going to do it. Just not change my feelings. That's what he says. I liked that. But I thought to myself, Megan's probably thinking, oh, it's a little much. Kind of like in the last one when he says, I'm not going anywhere. And you were like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Her face, though, was kind of like,
it didn't totally repulse me or feel like way too much.
Like, I can't breathe.
This is not going anywhere yet.
But the messiness, the feelings are still there and still real. So when they are not around each other all the time, because they are intentionally giving each other space, but then the jealousy rears its head because they're going to be seeing each other around other people, and Jen and Jack and anybody else, like it's going to get real messy.
Well, I did make a note that, for us to have not had like a full-blown definitive moment that they've announced that they're broken up, Dawson didn't waste a whole lot of time to get out there chit-chatting with Jen, where we haven't seen very many one-on-one conversations with them.
Not in a while.
At least nothing like this. Now, granted, it is strictly friendly. So I'm not trying to mean it like he's trying to hit her up. I don't mean it like that at all.
But she's the only other single friend he's got.
Right. That could be kind of...
He has a habit of doing that throughout the show's run, of going back and forth pinball between them.
He's a guy that has to have a girl.
Yeah.
There's girls that have to have a guy.
I know, and I don't understand it because that's not me.
Me either, but He is a guy that has to have a girl, and that is, well, it's not a good look.
Mm-hmm. Them jumping in the pool at the end. I'm telling you, I'm always going to rank an episode higher when the whole group is together. I just thought it was really funny, and I'm surprised that James Vanderbeek did not break his ankles.
Seriously.
Because he jumped on that concrete.
I thought it was bricks.
Okay.
Or
I mean,
something,
like
but
it was
yeah.
a diving board. He jumped up, jumped down. It hurts me every single time.
Yeah, it looked like it hurt.
Woo! It hurt me, at least.
Yeah.
That was fun. Fun
Mhm.
little tag on after the cram session of the next morning.
Yeah, all of it to end up. And the test is rescheduled again.
And they go take a nap on the football field. Pacey says, I got one more bonding experience. I love Pacey taking charge.
I know. But at the same time, like I told you, I was like, why did they go there? I mean, it just, I don't know.
Pacey and Andy do tell each other that they love to hate each other.
Yes.
He can do no wrong.
I know.
Even when he does wrong, I will defend him.
True.
Because there's reasons. There's reasons why.
I love their pokes and witty banter.
I do too. All right. Do you have anything before we spin a wheel? And
I feel like this episode was pretty straightforward.
It was. I mean, I don't even know that okay, my red flags are getting a little bit iffy because I am watching Dawson with a little bit of a grace lens, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not finding as many red flags. I know that there are more, but right now in this season where even the way he's responding to the situations in his life, it feels like a natural teenage response instead of a red flag at this point. So I don't have any in this episode.
Well, I didn't count anything in particular on this one.
Nothing. Yeah.
The only red flag I saw was Chris Wolf.
A giant walking, waving in the wind, red flag. Good grief, that one is bad.
Yeah.
He is slimy.
Yes. Ugh.
Him and Abby should get together.
Yeah, why hasn't that happened? She seems like, or he seems like he would be her speed.
I think that she talks a big game and she's not actually anything.
Mm-mm.
Okay, do you want to spin?
Sure.
And do it? Okay.
3, 2, 1, spinning it.
Okay, what's it gonna be?
Would this be a text?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Would this be a text? Would what? Okay, so we have to think, this was 1998.
Mm-hmm.
So my would this be a text would be the Dawson and Joey conversation at the end of the episode where he's telling her and this, if I sometimes I want to take the kiss back. And today, heck yes, nobody's having that conversation in person. Especially not 16-year-olds.
No,
they're sending a text message.
Yeah.
I think that I want to send the text message because I don't want to have that conversation in person either.
True.
So I think that would be a text message.
I agree.
Do you have anything that you can think would be a text message instead of a long-winded dialogue that they're having with one another?
Anything with Pacey and Andy that needed to be face to face.
It definitely. It would have been a red flag if it was not.
Right.
Are you ready for your rating?
Yeah.
Oh, you are ready. Okay, what do you give this one?
So I'll give it a 6.
Okay.
So I mean, it's not like it was. I'm reserving my higher scores for what you've promised is coming and is so much better. So, now, granted, this is not my favorite episode.
Okay.
No, but it did seem a little more lighthearted than the last. There wasn't as much. I mean, there was plenty of Joey and Dawson drama, but
it wasn't all consuming.
No.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I felt like, okay, this gets a 6.
I think this one is kind of in an iconic.
Yes, but at the same time, like I said, I forgot about it completely. So I don't want to call it a throwaway episode because it's pretty important. I mean, the whole Pacey and Andy situation hinges on what happens in this episode, because them progressing and moving forward has to take place after this conversation has
Yeah, we
happened.
don't want to feel like they've just all of a sudden they are this full blown committed couple. We've
Yeah.
got to see the build up and the struggle, and we are getting that.
Mm-hmm.
It's done well.
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
What do you rate it?
I give it a 6 too.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It's still good, but it's nothing. I love when they're all together,
Mm-hmm.
and I love Andy and Pacey,
Yes.
and Jen, she needs to get herself together. But Dawson and Joey, while they're not like disgusting me or anything by any means,
Mm-hmm.
they're exhausting,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just at the beginning
Yeah.
of their exhaustion. So I'm like, ugh.
I mean, there were several moments where, I mean, I made a note that it was a good episode. Everyone's together. It had comical moments. We were laughing.
Mhm.
I really felt like, I mean, we both agree we didn't have to really take very many notes. You took none.
I took none.
So
I'm winging it.
right, but my point being, like, it was just an episode that we got to sit and enjoy
Mhm.
watching. It
Yeah.
wasn't like writing down a
Uh-huh.
whole bunch of stuff, and
It was lighthearted. I mean,
yeah,
nothing even in the realm of camera directing, anything, nothing like that, like really stood out. It was fine. Does not mean
yeah,
it was bad. It just didn't stand out to where, that episode that I gave a 10 was like full package for
right,
me, from
right.
all the behind the scenes to the acting on the camera and everything. And this one, I like the episode. When I see the
Mhm.
title, I know exactly what it's going to be, and I
Yeah.
know what I'm getting with it, and I know there's a layer of drama while there's still a layer of like lightheartedness.
Mhm.
And
And seeing Pacey really blossom at the end with his like cram
he
session.
is the leader. He takes charge. He
Mhm.
takes charge. I know.
And then when they go to leave and he pushes the seatbelt up for Jim.
Joey, oh,
Or Joey.
I-
Yes. That cracked me up.
it's okay. I need a side note for the Joey and Pacey real quick, okay? Because let's be honest, anybody who's listening to us, if they have not watched it, sorry. I'll
We've
pause
said it
right
before.
now. And you already know too.
Yeah.
So I just need to say, even rewatching it right now, whether they intended or not, there's
Yeah.
little things
Mm-hmm.
that I'm like, oh, it just lends to the fact of what's coming.
The foreshadowing.
And
It's
just
little nuggets.
little things that nobody even picks, that nobody
Would
harps
suspect.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just even that is his personality.
Mhm.
He cares about people. He is
Yes.
looking out for people.
Yes.
And that was just, what was that on the script? Because that just felt like a very, here you go.
Yeah.
Here you go, Joe. Hey,
Yes.
the old Pacey would not care if you're buckled
No.
up.
No.
He was driving without a license.
Yeah. And no keys.
Yes. We do end that episode though, or that scene
Mhm.
especially. Joey and Dawson have kind of mended things a little bit, where they've come to the conclusion they're going to give space, but there's no heaviness between them right now. And they get in the car sitting together. They look like friends again.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's not the same.
Yeah.
When you have crossed that line into I love you territory,
Yeah.
and full blown relationship, you're not going back to the way it was.
Nope.
Doesn't mean that you can't be different, but you're not going backwards.
Mm-mm.
You have an episode MVP, character or moment.
Pacey. Sorry. I mean,
always.
well, yeah, but I'm just meaning, like I said, that I loved him taking charge at the end. That just cracked me up.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't Pacey, I'm conflicted in saying anything about the little sister.
I was thinking about the scene with her and Joey.
Mm-hmm. And
but it's also very forgettable at the same time.
It is. And I think it's really awkward that she's like full on, really kind of hardcore pursuing Dawson.
It's weird.
Hey, gorgeous.
Weird.
Okay. Yeah. And puckering up because she wants a kiss. But, I mean, you've got Joey over here who has a little heart-to-heart scene with her, and it's cute. It's, or maybe it's not cute. It's just sweet.
It is.
But at the end of the day, she had a couple of funny lines here and there. The rest of it was a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't call her an MVP.
No, I think I would have to agree and just do the same one. The Pacey, and even more specifically Andy, and like how they're handling. That's a mature relationship obstacle that they had to handle in this episode.
Agreed.
And her moving past it by being mature and being like, how? I mean, I can't expect you to have never had any experience. I mean, me personally, I could judge you because it was a teacher, but
yeah.
But I mean, I thought the maturity was kind of incredible, and I just love them. I love them, and I love that he is stepping into the leadership role. Anything else before we close it out?
I don't think so.
There were 2 movies mentioned, but in a very roundabout way. No titles were mentioned. So Jen refers to Chris as Christopher Robin.
Winnie the Pooh.
So Winnie the Pooh. And then this one, I've never heard of this. The Taming of the Shrew. So I don't know what the reference was. I've never heard of it. It doesn't sound good.
No. No.
It sounds maybe a little sexist.
I don't know.
I don't know that I want to Google it either. So there was some Switchfoot in there.
Yes, there was.
That soundtrack, but it was good.
They did have a good soundtrack on this one.
Yeah. Anything else before I close?
I think that's it.
That's a wrap on today's episode. If you loved hanging out with us, make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube, where you can watch this full video, and follow us on Spotify so you never miss a rewatch. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok for clips, behind-the-scenes moments, and all the nostalgia your heart can handle. Leave us a comment, rate the show, share the episode with a fellow roomie. It truly helps more than you know, and we love hearing from you. We'll be back every Tuesday and Thursday with more laughs, more nostalgia, and of course, more rewatches. Until then, keep the remote close, the memories closer, and always be kind. Rewind and press play again. Bye, roomies.
Bye. Roll the credits. Press play again. 2 roommates, 1 remote is fully DIY. Editing, us. Producing, also us. Recording, yep, still us. Posting it everywhere, shockingly, us again. 2 roommates, 1 remote, 0 team. So please clap accordingly. Thank you very much.